Trojans? We're back here with another Rise of Mordor custom battle. Yeah, that's right. Alright, well, today we're going to be playing as Isengard, alright? And we're going to be defending the, halls of Moria, okay? So we're going to be fighting on the plains of Zanul Bazaar, and of course, there's no other faction to assault us other than the dwarves. The dwarves are going to be trying to assault our forces of Isengard to retake the halls of Moria. So I'm going to go ahead and show you our army real quick. Over here on our extreme right flank, we have two Dunlending horse skirmisher units over there. We also have 3 units of berserkers here. Alright, very cool looking guys here. Very, very good shock infantry. They say light shock infantry, but they really pack a lot harder of a punch and a lot harder to kill than I would say a light shock infantry. Behind them we have some white hand grenadiers, and then behind them we have probably one of my favorite units in the game, guys. These white hand stormers. These guys look absolutely menacing with their big broad shields and their plate armor. Their helmets look super cool, especially those ones right there with those 3 horns kind of jutting out of the helmet there. Very good work on these models. And of course, for our main line, we got some Uruk-hai pikes, and then behind them we got some Uruk-hai archers. Cool looking models here for the Uruk-hai. And we have some Uruk-hai sword infantry here to make up a second line. It's kind of a reserve. And then we also have over here we have some sappers and some half-orc axes. And of course, our general today for this battle will be Lurtz. Yes, Lurtz. Very cool looking model they made for Lurtz. Pretty cool looking bows as well, I would say. They added on to these guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and fast forward this real quick because honestly, it's kind of messed up. These guys over here facing the Hall of Moria, the entrance of Durin's Hall, they're actually the attackers, right? And they're the defenders, which that's obviously explains why. Where are they? Yeah, they place these deployables here. I think they need to switch that around to be making more sense. If obviously the guys that started over here were the attackers, because this is kind of more of a defensive position, I would say. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them attack us because I'm gonna play it as defenders. I know usually with the forces of evil always attack, but it is the dwarves trying to march and retake their lost kingdom of Moria instead. So I'm going to go ahead and move up my battle line to meet them, though. I'm not going to launch an all-out assault, but I will get my men ready to receive the charge, so to speak. Went ahead and had my Dunlendings over here, try to get some shots off. And of course they got stuck because the skirmish mode messed up, so I'm going to go ahead and get them out of there. That unit's pretty much lost at that point. But it's really a rush to get our men formed up and ready to receive these dwarven charges. Now, obviously, we do outnumber them, but as you guys have seen in my previous battles, these dwarves are ridiculously OP, okay? Definitely the best infantry in the entire game. So they're not to be underestimated, okay? None at all. So I'm going to go ahead and try to send my sappers in to try to cause some casualties, but I don't really understand how to use them. I did click on these units, but they got into melee mode, which is weird. And really over here, they did start blowing up, I believe, at one point. Well, they're just getting messed up by these airborne axes here. Look at that. They didn't even hardly do anything. Whatever. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Completely wiped out that airborne axe unit. Those guys are definitely also not to be underestimated. But we did end up losing some Uruk-hai infantry. I don't know exactly how that happened. I have to watch that replay again after done recording this. But I'm going to go ahead and bring some Uruk-hai infantry over here because they are hard pressed and they are starting to get kind of messed up by these crossbowmen. I'm going to have my archers start to return fire on those crossbowmen. And as you can see here, all up and down our lines, we are being assaulted. Let's go ahead and get this off fast forward mode. Just being assaulted. So I, of course, had to send in our second line, some of our second line of infantry, and these bigger bulges to try to hold them back. because eventually they were even going to beat these pikes. Here we go. Sent my berserkers into combat as well against these airborne axes. Went and started moving my white hand stormers. Absolutely menacing looking units here, guys. This is a very beautiful map as well. Go ahead and show you it. Go and click this unit. Look at this beautiful mountain, beautiful sky. Absolutely love this map. I believe I did already do a previous video where I did assault as the dwarves against the goblins and stuff like that, the goblins of the Misty Mountains. But I wanted to go ahead and try to defend and try to play on another side. Since we are kind of running out of maps, we have played a lot of the big major maps, so I'm going to go ahead and just start switching roles on those maps and switching factions. And hopefully they come out with a new update here soon where, you know, we can get some new, showcase some new maps here. We're going to have this pretty big brawl over here. Looks like Dane Ironfoot even came into the fray against our berserkers here. And I believe they also have some dwarven company, as you can see. We're going to go ahead and bring some white hand stormers up, protecting these white hand grenadiers so they can get their volleys off. And we're going to target this axeman unit right here and just see what kind of damage we can do against them. Let's go ahead and get a close-up real quick of what these grenadiers do. Boom! Dang! These dwarves got messed up. Yeah, look, 54 men now left. So we're going to go ahead and send in our white hand stormers to take care of the rest of those guys there. Also send another white hand stormer in here to help out against the Dane Ironfoot and his Warriors of the Red Mountains, some dwarven company. So we're also going to send this pikeman unit in as well. Here on the main line, we are getting kind of hard pressed. As you can see here, the dwarves are getting in amongst our pikes and killing our pikemen. So obviously it was a good choice to send up our Uruk-hai infantry to help out. Over here, we're also having kind of a hard time. These half-orc axes suck. Like they're not very great units. So they're trying to do their best against these guys here. I did end up sending another Uruk-hai infantry over here to help out. And I also had this white hand stormer unit over here fighting these Erebor spear guards. And our archers are having a difficult time killing these Erebor crossbows because simply their armor is pretty heavy. As you can see here, our pikeman unit is getting very hard pressed. They have lost almost half of their unit so far against these Dwarven Barrack Guard. We're going to charge some Dunlendings into the back, or Dunland. Okay, I'm sorry for mispronouncing. I know some of you guys get on me for that, which is acceptable. I accept that. It looks like we charge in some Dunland horse raiders into the back here, trying to break them. We already broke the axe unit here that frees up this white handstormer unit that we can charge into the back of these men here. And obviously, as you can see, they're just getting absolutely shot up, these crossbowman units, and they're still just holding their own quite well. The armor on these dwarven units are absolutely insane. Let's go ahead and get some cinematic shots in here. Huge battle line. And as you can see here, they kind of made a little bit of a breach in our pikes, in our pike wall there. Hopefully we can hold them back. I don't know where these Dwarven Barrack Guard are going. But over here we're starting to roll them up. Got our white handstormers hitting them in the flanks. And of course we're chucking in some more grenades here. Trying to break them up. Trying to disrupt their lines. These white handstormers are absolutely amazing. Like I said earlier, one of my favorite units in this game. Alright, looks like, as you can see, even our berserkers do handle combat, even against these heavily armored dwarves, quite well, especially for being pretty much naked. Alright, let's go back over here. As you can see right here, we're holding our own quite well. We've managed to secure this little breach here. They are still kind of pouring around here on the sides, but shouldn't be too big of an issue. Same as right here. Got some dwarven warriors coming around. Over here, we are having a difficult time charging some dwarven warriors. Also has some airborne axes facing these half-orc axes, and they're absolutely getting messed up. Let's see how many kills they got. They got 52, so it's not very good. Urukai infantry have 49 already. Of course, they're going to try to flank our white handstormers here, but they'll be able to hold their own because they're pretty chevroned up, and they're also elite units. So obviously, as you can see, these guys aren't getting that many kills against these dwarven crossbows. Over here on the right flank, we've managed to completely break them. Also do a great help of our white hand grenadiers that help break up their lines and made sure to cause quite a bit of casualties amongst their heavily armored units. If they faced light infantry units, I have no doubt that they would cause massive casualties. So we're going to go ahead and try to get these guys melee, try to plug some gaps along with these berserker units, and we're going to get these white handstormers up and around. We're going to try to chase away these Erebor crossbowmen, and then we're going to also charge in these white handstormers to try to get a flanking charge in over here in the center. So guys, if you want to play as Isengard, especially in multiplayer battles or even when the campaign comes out, I cannot stress enough that the white hand grenadiers are an absolute asset to have, along with the sappers. It'll be interesting to see how they work during sieges. Got some mansion reclaimers over here, some elite dwarven units. Look absolutely awesome. They're going to go ahead and start joining the fray here against our Urukai pikemen and sword units. Over here, we're managing to break them over here on the left flank, which is really good. Our Dunland horse skirmishers are still struggling even against these airborne crossbows, right? They're just crossbowmen. I mean, I guess they are very light skirmisher cav, but they should be able to cause a little bit of damage to these crossbows, but these crossbows are actually even beating them in melee. So it looks like they're trying to charge through some warriors of the Red Mountain through our white handstormers. Our white handstormers are going to meet them in combat, absolutely decimate them. Alright, and right here, obviously, they only have a dwarven warriors here. The dwarven company there for a minute. And they're still in combat. Charged in, the Urukai archers help plug the line here because it was brutal fighting right here, guys. It actually made a hole through my Urukai here. As you can see, all of them are dead laying on the ground. We have some berserkers here flanking and fighting these mansion reclaimers head to head. And even against these very elite dwarven heavily armored units, like I said, these guys don't act like light shock infantry. These guys can stow toe to toe with even the heaviest of infantry units. And they're going to go ahead and try to withdraw their mansion reclaimers out of the combat since they were surrounded. And we're going to go ahead and send our half-orc axes and our berserkers to go chase them down and take out the elite dwarven units. Over here, kind of in the right center, our white handstormers have completely surrounded these airborne spear guards, and soon they will perish. This actually was a very difficult battle. These guys definitely, these dwarves, like I said earlier, these units are not to be underestimated. Yes, you may outnumber them, but they just hold on. And they cause quite a bit of casualties in the process. Like, look, these airborne spear guards, 129 kills, 120, where are they? Those Dwarven Warriors didn't do so hot. 48, 34, 108. See, they just caused some pretty decent casualties. And their morale, don't even get me started on the morale, guys. They will hold on to the last dwarf standing most of the time. This Mansion Reclaimers got 129. I'm surprised they didn't actually do better. Let's go ahead and get some Berserker on Mansion Reclaimer action going on here. Those half-orc axes, of course, tucked tail and ran. Those shields look awesome. Kind of like silvered, looks like silvered mithril scale on the outside of those shields there. And of course they're retreating now. And it's starting to look like the end of the battle for them. Finally starting to overwhelm them. Over here, just dead bodies everywhere. Dwarves and orcs. Alright. Got some pikemen running. Obviously, as you can see, they did take out some of our pikemen units. We suffered about 3,000 casualties already so far. And the dwarves are finally fully surrounded, and they are starting to break. But as you can see here, like I was also talking about earlier with the morale, the Erebor Spear Guards can hold on for quite a long time. You know, these very heavy Dwarven units will hold off to the last man standing. Best way to break them, I would say, is surround them, and usually that does the trick. And obviously, as you can see here, they're routing here in the center. Absolutely overwhelms them. There's so many pikes here coming in against these men, and finally they're breaking. And that, my friends, was the victory. So I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. You know, make sure to show your support by giving me a like and subscribing to my channel. I do appreciate all the support so far. Perry the Trojan out, guys.